What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, J Randall Uncensored. Today's topic of discussion is why you don't actually want a bad bitch. Now, I hear this term being thrown around by a lot of women, always referring to themselves as a bad bitch. I even hear men use it, referring to women as bad bitches and stuff like that. Now, the idea of this is simply used as a way to identify a woman as an attractive woman. She's a bad bitch, but there's more than just that. What bad bitch really is an attractive woman by the feminist standard, right? It's an attractive woman by feminist standards. It's usually a sexually provocative woman, boss babe type chick. It's usually a chick who, is unruly, doesn't listen to male authority, just strong, independent, and they package that all up and call it a bad bitch. And most men don't want that. You know that. You know you don't want that type of chick. You can't do anything with that type of woman. That woman is unruly. She adheres to no boundaries, no standards, and you'll often hear when these conversations are being had, when a man is talking about his boundaries and standards, and he's saying something along the lines of, I don't want a woman who dresses like that or posts provocative pictures on the internet, or dresses like a hoe, or goes to bars and clubs, or talks to other guys. Simple, normal standards that every guy should have. And what will you hear come out of the women's mouth? Well, if you can't handle a bad bitch, don't date a bad bitch. In other words, if you have any kind of self-respect as a man, if you intend to have any kind of boundaries on your relationship, and you expect anything out of the woman, traditionally, don't date that kind of woman. And I agree. Translation, don't date a promiscuous slut who doesn't follow instructions and doesn't respect the relationship, because that's ultimately what a bad bitch is. And you don't want that, bro. You don't want that. Men, you gotta look past the aesthetic, because when you look at these women who claim to be bad bitches, and just some of them are actually attractive, I'll give that to you from a sexual standpoint only. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Look at them, remove the sexuality, and just look at their character traits. You'll realize that the only thing that these bad bitches have is just sex appeal. These are your chicks that are posted half naked on Instagram. These are the chicks that are always on the scene, always at the clubs, always gotta wear the most provocative clothing. Like, bro, it's ridiculous. The chicks nowadays that wear these, booty shorts with literally like half their ass cheeks hanging out the bottom of their pants. Like, I can see your nipples through your shirts. And nowadays I see these, it's crazy. It's this like weird crop top type shirt where it's like you can see literally the whole side boob, bro. Like, I see everything. It's crazy to me. Like, you might as well take the whole shirt off at that point, bro. Like, there's barely anything covering it. But society would classify that woman as a bad bitch. That's just a reckless hoe, bro. A reckless hoe. You need to be able to remove the sexuality aspect, because that's the part that gets us men caught up, is that we see her body, we see what she's wearing, and our sexual brain takes over, and then we forget to analyze everything else. And now, with the red pill and with the manosphere, men are doing a lot better job at this, but still some men fall into that trap, and they're like, oh, bro, she a bad bitch. No, that's a freaking trap. That is a freaking, demon, bro. Stay away from that shit. You want to pursue a woman with morals, values, integrity. You know what I'm saying? A girl who's respectable, who covers her body up. A lot of these bad bitches, their only claim to being a bad bitch is that people want to fuck them. That's it, bro. That's it. Is that people want to sleep with them, and that's what makes them a bad bitch. And they think because a bunch of guys want to sleep with me, you can't put boundaries on me, you can't tell me what to do. These are the chicks you just have fun with. And I wouldn't even waste my time having fun with them, bro. because they're just going to bring a bunch of chaos into your life, unless you're really dealing with them from a casual standpoint where you just hit and dip. Because, bro, like, bad bitch, like I said, it's a attractive woman by the feminist standards. Most men want a woman who's covered up, who's not out here on the scene, have to be at the bars and clubs every other night, who isn't covered in tattoos, who actually listens to what they say, respects the relationship, respects his boundaries and standards. That is what most men are after. They're not after this bad bitch thing, bro. And if any of you have ever dated a chick like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have been out there on the scene and you've interacted with these type of women, and you'll realize they are vapid, bro. They are empty. There's nothing to them. There's nothing to them but their sexuality. Nothing, man. You ever tried having a conversation with any of these chicks? Like back when I was, doing the cold approach pickup, and I was be at the bars and clubs, and back when I was trying to learn the game, like I would approach the hottest chick in the club because I wanted to throw myself into the deep end. And if I could, my mindset was like, if I can approach the hottest chick in the club, then every other chick here will feel like nothing because I already took on the biggest challenge. So I would be approaching all the bad bitches and having a conversation with them. They don't feel like real people. They don't sound like real people. They don't act like real people. They are the most entitled, the most like self-absorbed. It's like they feel as though you have to like entertain them, and it's just the worst dynamic, bro. Honestly, I only dealt with them from like a learning standpoint of like trying to, learn cold approach, understand women, that whole thing. That was when I was in my early 20s. And then I got good enough with the game and all that shit to like actually be able to get some of these girls, either sleep with them or get into a relationship with them. And oh my God, that is the most wasted effort a man can actually like get into and pursue. It is empty, bro. And you will have endless arguments. And every time you set a boundary and standard, she will think you're trying to control her, because what she ultimately wants to do is flaunt her sexuality. That is the bad bitch's ultimate goal in life. I want to showcase my sexuality to as many men as possible on as many platforms as humanly possible. I want as many eyes on me from a sexual standpoint as possible. That is literally horrible for your mental health as a man, your mindset. You're always going to be thinking, always going to be wondering. These chicks are literally like will make you go insane in a relationship, bro. You got to leave them where they're at. If you do deal with them, casual only, cut them off quick, bro. They are parasites. I'm telling you, this whole idea of like a bad bitch, you can't handle a bad bitch. You don't want to handle a bad bitch. You will go insane before you handle a bad bitch. There is nothing in there for you. At most, you'll be able to walk around with a attractive woman, but only attractive from a sexual standpoint. That's it. That, bro, she's not intelligent most of the time. She has no boundaries, no standards, no actual integrity, no virtue non-existent, bro. Virtue non-existent. These chicks, bro, I'm telling you, guys, you don't actually want a bad bitch, bro. And for the men who have obtained those women, you know what I'm talking about. Hell on earth. Don't date a bad bitch if you can't Nobody can handle a bad bitch. Nobody can handle an attractive woman by the feminist standpoint, because they're not built for relationships. They're built either to be observed and, oh, that's hot, I would like to fuck it, or you just fuck it and then you move on. That's literally the only worth a bad bitch can have for your life. But actually having one, claiming it as yours, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. It's the waste of time. You don't actually want a bad bitch. I'm telling you. That's my take on it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And until next time, guys, Take it easy.